everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching. It is Wednesday the 9th of April and a bit of a rambling look ahead for you today, so stick with me. If you do need to get a forecast for the next couple of days, then check out Gary's Fast Forecast. Gary gives you all the latest information as to what the weather will be doing across the UK and Ireland in the next couple of days. Also, to get notified of when these forecasts are updated, just use the subscribe link here at YouTube and click on that. That subscribes you to the channel. Now, George Monbiot is at it again, along with John Mason. They've published this article in today's Guardian. We've been on about, haven't we, how the tabloid press seem to get away with putting out some very, very dubious headlines when it comes to the weather, and nobody ever seems to pull them up on it. Well, George Monbiot has done this before, I think it was a couple of years ago, and he's going for it again. This is the headline that he's used in today's paper. I urge you to go along and have a read of this story, and just have a read through and see what it says, and also click on the link to Skeptical Science and take a look at John Mason's report there, because it does make some very, very interesting reading. As you know, weatherweb.net sticks to the facts and sticks to legitimate forecasting techniques, which hopefully you find useful, and we try and give you a steer on how conditions are likely to be. Anyway, moving on, air quality for the next couple of days forecast to be very poor. This is the forecast for today, look, and you notice there the yellow and oranges are building across many parts of Western England, Wales, Southwest England, Northwest England, parts of Northern Scotland, and into Southern Ireland as well. Some very poor air quality here across Northern Europe. But just look what happens through the course of Friday. The air quality dramatically reduced across many parts of the UK during Friday. The worst of it across parts of East Anglia, South East England, running up through central Southern England, into the Midlands, North West England and eastern parts of Wales. In fact, official guidance on this is for people not to exercise in those areas, particularly those with respiratory conditions, during the course of Friday. And really this is a real wake-up call, because air pollution has been something that you'll know I've been writing about at weatherweb.net for some time. And finally, in the last year or so, it's actually being seen as a major problem. And I've said this before, I say it again, one of the big problems that we have is emissions from diesel cars, because that adds to an already problematic situation. And that's not to make anybody with diesel cars or diesel vehicles feel guilty. It's just a statement of fact. You know, we were all encouraged, weren't we, to buy diesel cars back in the middle of the 2000s and the early 2000s, as that was the way to go. Well, now, actually, we're looking at poor air quality. We're pumping more pollution into the atmosphere when we have these poor air quality days, and hey presto, this is what happens. So we better get more used to this, and if you suffer from respiratory problems, really you do need to keep keeping an eye on the air quality forecast every single day. You notice that we've seen improvements on Saturday and really through Sunday and Monday. The problems have gone, so it's just a brief spike in air quality problems. Now, just looking at where we are so far for April, it's been a dry start to the month. England and Wales precipitation so far through April, let me just zoom in on that for you, there we go, has been at 9 millimetres, and that puts us considerably below where we should be. It's about 15% of normal rainfall. Probably it's going to go upwards as we go through the next week or so. But all the indications at the moment are that it tries to hover below normal totals. Now, you know that I've been saying about it going unsettled during the second half of April, and I'm still sticking with that story, but I have to say, I'm not getting much backup today from many places, well, particularly not from the CFS, although the ECMWF does lean into a more unsettled pattern. In Scotland, figures look like this, 9 millimetres up to the 7th of April. That gives us a 12% total. Incidentally, these are from the Met Office website. And Northern Ireland so far showing 13 millimetres of rainfall up to the 7th, which gives us 21% of average rainfall in April. So nearer normal totals there so far this month. As far as central England temperatures, so far this month, again this from the Met Office website, it's been pretty warm so far. Look, we've got an anomaly of 2.1 degrees up to the 7th of the month. and that compares with an anomaly in 2014 of 2.3 degrees during the whole of April. 2013 was lower than normal at minus 0.4. 2012 was below normal as well at minus 0.7. A warm one though for 2011 with 3.9. And 2010 saw 0.9 degrees above normal. Remember, this was for the whole of April. So far, the theme of warmer Aprils continues. Now, as I said, some of the models slipping back into high pressure mode. This is the GFS for tomorrow, for Friday, showing low pressure off the western coast of Scotland. And then overnight into Saturday, pushing weak fronts eastwards, with low pressure staying up there towards the northwest of Scotland, but just very, very weak fronts coming eastwards. However, the GFS is seeing a breakdown. Remember, I was telling you I thought 14, 15, 16, that was the time to watch for. Well, this is forecast for Thursday overnight into Friday the 17th from the GFS. And look, it's bringing low pressure in. It's bringing a wetter spell of weather with high pressure towards the west, high pressure towards the east. Now, that compares with the ECMWF at the same time, which looks like this. It's got high pressure northwest of us, high pressure south of us, low pressure here towards the southwest, and tries to swing this trough eastwards during the course of the day. So there's not much similarity in exactly where the highs and lows are going to be, but there is similarity in the patterns there, trying to get low pressure into the UK during that period next week. From sort of it's around, I think we need to watch the 15th, 16th, heading into the 17th. Now, as I say, the CFS is not on board with that. This is the week 2 rainfall forecast up to the 21st of April from the CFS. And you notice big area look of dry weather in here. The week up to the 28th staying largely dry as well, just bits and pieces of rain across northern and western Scotland. And it's not until the following week, heading into the early part of May, that the CFS during that week tries to bring rain across most of the UK, but tries to keep high pressure off the west of Ireland. And you notice here, look, much more unsettled across eastern parts of Europe. But I have to say, this needs to be treated with a huge question mark and a huge pinch of salt, because I think the CFS has just slipped into high pressure mode here. I think we've got to watch for the middle of next week for that breakdown as that area of low pressure comes through, and then tending into more westerly conditions or northwesterly conditions during the week after. So we're sticking pretty closely with the forecast that we've been giving for some time. So I'll leave you with that for now, but whatever you're doing, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to check out Gary's Fast Forecast for the next couple of days, and do subscribe to us to get the very latest updates from weatherweb.net. But for now, whatever you're doing, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.